Anyway, my point is, we beating our chests and and we don't even know everything. We was all done to the situation. So to beat your chest 2.5 years into it, some of you people less. I mean, it's just the overkill. You know, um, in my opinion. In my opinion, but hey, to each his own. Maybe some people learn with you better with you yelling at them and screaming at them and calling them idiots. So maybe some people learn better that way. It has to be. And I don't learn very good that way, but it has to be people who learn that way. So to each his own. Just had a little enlightenment there. I want to kind of get into this Mason idea, but Newton and all these other people we say are Masons, which we have no proof for. If a person, they can write anything down, and so all this person was a Mason, Newton was a Mason. I mean, a lot of those pictures were just this. The majority of these pictures was drawings. And so, I mean, you can draw anything. So, I'm not necessarily buying it. If there was, there was. But, uh, I mean, geez, everybody's a Mason. I mean, who's regular? I mean, that's what my point is. And, because I don't buy even the story. I mean, Newton never, it was really if I can't figure out gravity is pretty much what he said. Um, and so, and even furthermore, what was the big fight? I mean, the church was going from being flat to a ball. The church fights about anything. I mean, if you scratch your balls with your left hand instead of your right hand, the church is going to fight about it. And so I just don't understand where was the big bloody pull your eyes out, shove a stick up your anus, pull your toenails out, fight over the globe and the flat earth, especially with Christianity ruling the world at the time. I mean, what's the big fight? As a Christian, you got to ask yourself that. You got to ask yourself, where was the big fight? And if we lost the fight, why weren't they telling us about the flat earth? Now y'all all on, oh, it's flat, it proves God. Well, that means that your leaders are liars. I mean, that's my point. Okay, the flat earth is flat. Okay, that's fine. But your leaders are liars. So you have to deal with that. I mean, I hope you understand that. But I don't think you would. Will, but that's the fight right there. Um, uh, Also, we got to understand that sometimes bad is good, and sometimes good can mean bad. I mean, let me give you an example. You're gonna find in life that people who are a little bit of an asshole to you is trying to teach you something. They're trying to gain your character or something like that. They're just not being an asshole for a reason. But a lot of people who cater to you, pet you on your back, saying you the best ever, usually they want something. So just because somebody being an asshole or you think somebody's an asshole, that don't mean that they're an asshole. Just because you see somebody who's nice and they're friendly and do you think Bundy, if the skies are true, do you think somebody, a rapist or a killer, is going to say, "Hey, I'm going to kill you tonight"? How you feel about that? No, they're going to, present themselves as nice to get close to you, to do what they have to do. Anyway, you kind of get my point, or hopefully you do. And so when we talk about NASA, I know that you say they Satanists and they Luciferians, you know. the atheists. If you're Luciferianist or Satanist, you're not quote unquote an atheist. You know, NASA and them, they believe in God. I mean, these Luciferians and Satanists believe in God. You can't be a Luciferianist or Satanist and not believe in God. Their whole issue is God has stopped communicating with us. And so the prince of the earth is who? Right. And so if the prince of the earth is, then who do you think they're going to worship? If God is not talking to us, this is not my point of view. This is their point of view. You know, if God is not talking to us, they can't reach God. They knocked on every door. They kicked over stone. They can't find God. But they got these little rituals and stuff that they do at night that they, through over the years, they blamed it's because of Satan. It's no Satan, but, you know, and so they got these little rituals and stuff that prove that Satan is around. So these people believe in Satan through all these little rituals that they do at night. You know, I think if Christianity want more people to believe in God, well, tell the Vatican to unlock their vault. They got all the great Christian information, but they got it locked in the vault and they won't share it with the Christians. And Christians are happy with that. I mean, at least the Satanists, they share their ideas with their people. They let them see it. You know, so that's the difference. You know, if they want people to believe in God more, maybe they need to show them a little bit more. But they don't. They hide it in a little vault, and that's it. They don't care what you think or believe. I mean, hell, they're not even fighting about the flat earth. But anyway, so just understand these people believe in God. Their whole thing is God has abandoned them. God has stopped communicating with them. And like I said, 6 or 7 today, they kicked on the doors and they turned over everything and they realized there's nobody going to do anything. Throughout history, now 6 or 7 people that knows now. But they just realized, you know, God is not around, so they can do what they want to. And so they worship the prince of the world. I mean, it's just as simple as that. And also we blame NASA for this and we blame NASA for that. And that, in the military sense, NASA may be a major. Maybe a major. Now, if you're below a major, I mean, like, a major is a bad motherfucker. I'm not saying nothing about that. But if you're above a major, you're in intelligence and stuff like that, a major ain't shit. You would put a 5-star general on a stand to talk to a congressman. But you might put a major or a colonel. No, I'm sorry. You may put a major on there or a captain. But no. And let them have at it. But you're not going to put some high-ranking official on a stand to talk to some congressman. NASA does what they're instructed to do, the double tongue. They do a great job at it. I mean, they do an excellent job telling us we can't go to space and demonstrating, telling us we can go to space and demonstrating that we absolutely can't. So why are we so down on NASA? When they do a tremendous job of saying we can go to space and then demonstrating we can't. I mean, what more two-tongue you can do? I mean, without some of their videos, I don't know if we can make it. I mean, they do outstanding videos proving that we can't go to space. They help us out. They can't resist telling us the truth and a lie. You know? So just understand that. That these guys, they love telling us the truth and the lie. Just by their videos. And I want to kind of get into this little Obama thing before I go on. I find it really, sometimes I just think we get so angry and mad that we don't really see what's going on. And Obama is a perfect example of this. Perfect. I remember when these viewers on these videos, flat earth videos, was hovering, average was hovering around 1,500. You might see a 1,700 one if it was pretty good, but it was hovering around about 500 or so like that. After Obama went on his speech, after he defunds NASA, I think Obama is a flat earther myself. After he defunds NASA, he goes on a 1 to 2, I'll say 2 weeks, but people it was at least 2 weeks. It was at least 2 weeks. He went on a 2-week campaign saying that we don't have time for the Flat Earth Society, driving up our viewership. We have the President of the freaking United States, guys. Wake the fuck up. Sorry. But understand, this is serious. Don't be so have so much hate on you you don't sometimes see the full picture. Because everybody thinks Obama is the devil. But he is responsible for the viewership of the flat earth. He is solely responsible. It was hovering around 500. I dare every person who is a flat earther, check your viewership. When Obama was talking, nobody was over, I'm going to say, at least 2,000. For sure. I'm going to say for sure. Yes. I didn't watch everybody's videos, but I'm going to say the popular people wasn't over 2,000 viewers and stuff like that. Yeah, I want to say that. And then after Obama, everybody went up to 5,000 more. And that's climbing ever since. But what I'm saying is he gave us a lot of viewership. He put a lot of notice on this. These Masons can't help but tell you a lie and tell you the truth. But I'm pretty sure I'm close to those numbers. I'm pretty sure, and I know for sure, if I'm not close to the number, I know for sure the numbers double after Obama got into it. With his little speech. So just remember that, man. I mean, we need to take the information that NASA has given us, take the information that people are giving us and start trying to use it for good and instead of, be consumed with hate. Because they can't help but give us information. They can't help it. It's obvious, man. They gotta tell us one way or another. They cannot help telling us the truth. That's for damn sure. They just can't, man. They can't keep a secret for damn. And I know the flat earthers are real bad about these trolls and everybody's a troll. Let me give you a little number. I think flat earthers are the biggest trolls. I mean, you got Jaron, you got Rob, you got Eric, you got Crow77, even though he's not really too much on the flat earthers. You got the flat earth assholes. Some of our best guys. Now, wouldn't you say it's at least 100 flat earthers in each city? Each state. Wouldn't it be at least 100 flat earthers in each state? Well, how many? 100 times 50? How many are they getting? I mean, the viewership and the likes and dislikes don't add up. But yeah, I see these pictures of 25 motherfuckers saying that they flat earthers. Well, why are you not liking the fucking videos then? Why are you not giving thumbs up to the video? Those guys should at least have a minimum of 5,000 viewers and a minimum of 5,000 likes. but doesn't show up. I mean, the real trolls are motherfuckers, not the motherfuckers who get paid to fucking be an asshole. But I'm talking about the people who don't believe one way or another. They just fishing. They claim that they flat earthers in the box. But hell, I bet you they don't say that they flat earthers outside the box unless they're around somebody else saying that they're a flat earther. I mean, the proof is in the numbers. I mean, you got some of these guys who against the flat earth, hell, they have better numbers than all four of those guys put together sometimes. So what I'm saying is, where's our people? Where's the real fucking flat earthers? I mean, they don't even want to like a video. What kind of bullshit is that? Man, that's a troll to me. I don't give a shit about all that other shit. What's a troll? If you do not watch a person's video and you do not like or dislike it, you're a fucking troll. I understand we forget sometimes. I forget sometimes, but I try to go back to like my flat earther videos. Shit, it take a lot of time doing this shit. But a lot of y'all like to watch it, but you can't even like it. Why you can't like it? But you call yourself flat earthers. I mean, that's the part I don't get right there. Y'all want to worry about globalists that's trolls and this person. No, we need to worry about not necessarily trolls. We need to, and yeah, they are, to me, they are trolls. It's not the trolls y'all thinking about. I'm just saying the flat earthers who are not just liking videos. We should have a lot of likes and views on our videos. If the people who are opposing us can have all those likes and all those viewers, why can't the flat earth people do it? I mean, the numbers are right there. We don't support our flat earth people. And that is the truth. That is 100% truth. And that lets me know we got a lot of trolls, in my opinion. A lot of people, they say that they flat earthers, but should my boss know I'm a flat earther? My family know I'm a flat earther? My friends know I'm a flat earther? Any motherfucker that I can fucking talk to for more than goddamn 15 minutes gonna know I'm a flat earther. I mean, that's just the way it is with me, because I don't give a damn whether you know I am or not. And hell, don't let me see you a couple of times. I'm gonna sure as hell let you know I'm a flat earther. Shit, let me see you more than goddamn 3 times. You gonna know I'm a flat earther. I mean, that's just the way it is, because I'm true to this game. Shit, I'm gonna like videos that I like. If I don't like them, I'm not gonna say I don't like them. And that's very few. I mean, if I'm looking at a flat earth video, I'm gonna like them. Sometimes I'll stumble on one and I might not like that one. So I kind of see that. But our main guys should be up there. I ain't talking about some side person that we're looking at. I'm talking about our main guys. Should have at least 5,000 viewers and at least 5,000 likes all the time. Shouldn't be a question about that, man. If we're not, then somebody's not being truthful. That's all I'm saying. If those guys don't have 5,000 viewers and 5,000 likes, somebody's not being truthful. So take it for what that's worth. Anyway, my opinion, we should say fuck you to everybody. I mean, if you're not a flat earther, I mean, these guys make good videos. Guys out there make good videos. That's all we need. I mean, it should be no more convincing than that. If you're not convinced by the videos out, I'm not into trying to convince anybody. I got my friends and my coworker, and I'm not really out town trying to convince us. They ask me just as much, I talk to them, but it's just to sharpen each other, because sometimes I want to see how globalists see things. And so that's why I talk to them. I want to see how they see the earth and the spin of it and how the sun rises. I kind of want to see how their point of view. And so I really asked them about that kind of stuff. Then we get into the flat earth, but it's really asking their point of view about that kind of stuff, you know, and sincerely asking their point of view and sincerely wanting the answers and not just BSing them, you know, because when I talk to, you know, if I say something to them, I want them sincerely to listen to me with an open point of view, you know. Anyway, but outside of that, I'm not trying to cuss nobody out or trying to get them to believe in no flat earth. You know, to me, it is a privilege, not a burden. A burden, you got to tell somebody. You got to try to make somebody believe it because it's a burden on you. You got to get this burden off of you. It's a privilege to me. I'm so glad I see it. It's a little depressing sometimes because other people don't see it. You know, I have to admit that. It is a little depressing seeing the true world. But in a broad sense of it, I'm happy. I'm happy, you know, that I'm not suppressed with all that information. When I see some people, you know, something getting blown up, oh no, they're just bullshitting with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy when they say space. If we got a, you know, asteroid rolling towards space, you know, at a 1 zillion miles an hour. Oh yeah, they just bullshitting with us. So I'm happy that I'm not stressed out about that kind of stuff. But it is a little sad that other people don't know. But we don't have that burden. They're not going to see it, guys. There's enough information out there. They're just not going to see it. When they settle down and want to expand their mind, they'll see it. But until then, they're not. And it is not our responsibility to try to prove something to somebody who cannot see it. I mean, it's a waste of time. It is solely a waste of time, you know. But anyway, I just want to leave with this, that one thing I want to do is just teach us, we can be passionate. Be passionate. I love passion. I love passion. There's nothing wrong with being passionate. There's nothing wrong with being passionate. But don't hate, because hate block our senses to see reality. And I can remember I want to say like fourth grade. Yeah, fourth grade was my first time seeing anything about the KKK. And all I know is they didn't like black people for whatever reasons, and blah, this and this and this. And so I spent time over the next, you know, 3 or 4 years or so, and even longer, reading about them, as much information I can find out. Here, you know, it's pretty much repeated and stuff like that. But I came to find out it's just like anything. You got your 1%ers at the top, and you got these people manipulating the people at the bottom. That's all it came down to. The sad thing is, the people they most identify with, it's not the Germans. I mean, it's African Americans, males, are who they most identify with. But yet, they have this feeling against them. It's weird. I wouldn't read just various things that kind of contradicted what they were saying, but pretty much it was a suppression. It's the big guy at the top, the people at the top getting money, and suppression the people at the bottom, just like everything else. It's all about money, and those people didn't really feel, the people at the top didn't really feel that way. They really respected the black man. They understand it wasn't the black man's fault. They understand that the black man was just a slave, just brought over. I mean, you know, quote unquote. I mean, they understood all that, but it was just propaganda. It was their little niche where they can find to explore stuff. You know, money. Explore. I don't know if I said that right. Well, anyway, you know, their little avenue so they can make money. That's what it basically came to. And I kept reading more just to try to find out about it. And it made me not hate, I don't hate people from the Klan because I know they're being manipulated. So they can call me a nigger or whatever. I don't have no hate for them because I know, just like we was manipulated, and they've been manipulated too. And so I don't get angry at them. But one of the things that made me just finally shut the book on the KKK, I knew that they was just full of shit. I don't know if they had like actual facts. I want to think it's more of their, like a philosophy, or like, I can't think of the name of it, but more of like a creed or philosophy. But one of the things is they actually thought, and this is crazy, I picked up one of the books, and they actually believe that African American males and white females make better couples because they're usually the second in command at a household. They're usually the better organizers. They're usually the better coping with the household problems, fixing the household problems. They're not as ambitious, they went on to name several things of why they thought that the black male and the white female made a better couple. And they did it with the white male and the black female. Because they both are real ambitious. They both are head of the household. I can't name all of them, but it was just similar things, opposite of what I said with the black and white male and female. It's kind of similar things, but opposite. And it was just, it blew my mind that they would have that information in a KKK book, that they thought this. It was just, I closed it up and never looked at a KKK book ever again. Because if that doesn't say it's not bullshit, then I don't know what else will. And now, I promise you, that was in that book. But I want to finish this up saying that I am with humans, regardless of religion and whether atheists and creationists and all that kind of stuff. My number one thing is I'm with humans. I'm not with a God. I'm not on a God side. I'm not on Satan's side. I never met a God. I never met a Satan. But I meet humans all the time. I pretty much think at the heart of it, they're good people. And I'm on human side. If you're a Christian and you think a human going to hell is good, then okay, so be it. But if one human has to go to hell, to your Christian hell, then I would rather go to hell with that one human. Even though that stuff is all semantics. If you really read into it, Jesus said hell is not meant for humans. It's only meant for Satan and the wicked ones. Some people say Satan and the fallen angels, but the wicked ones is better because they had children. So hell is only meant for Satan and some of the fallen angels and some of their descendants, if not all. But I think if you kind of get into it, there's some wiggle room for some of the fallen angels. Some not. Satan, no. But all this, it's not as, if you really kind of get into the Bible, and I'm not trying to teach, teach Christian how to get into it. But I would just say look over the Revelations. It's twisted and it turns and twists. But if you kind of look over Revelations, like I said, humans are not meant to go to hell. Y'all want to send humans to hell. Y'all convince people that humans are going to hell. But if you read the Bible and you kind of get into the end of Revelation, it twists and it turns and it turns and it twists and it twists and it turns. But if you can kind of like follow one story, you'll find out that there is a second death. And that's something you have to look into. Some people are going to say second death is this, some people are going to say second death is that. But what I'm here to tell you is the first death is when when Satan dies. And, and who were in some of the fallen angels, they die. What happens with people, when Jesus comes, people are the elected people, the leading and the elected, everybody's going to rise, who's going to go up to heaven, quote unquote, that's going to go with Jesus, not necessarily heaven. They're going to rise. This is after the big fight. When the first death is when Lucifer dies in a lake of fire. That's the first death. After that, everybody whose name at that time was in the book rises up. They go up in spirit form. They leave their human form in spirit form. They rise up. Okay, then it's 1,000 years with Christ, where the people who are in the lakes and the graves get pulled out. So they get taught 1,000 years or a day. We say that for a day. They get instructed. Then they get it's all about choice, guys. If you get into it, it's about choice. God doesn't send anybody to hell when it comes down to it. It's a choice. Like I said, and I can't, I have to get my Bible and kind of get into it, but it's a choice whether humans want to go to hell and follow Lucifer. That's why it's the second death. You get taught. If God was going to send you to hell, it wouldn't be a second death. You would have died with Lucifer. But it's a second death because what's going on? Well, you're getting a chance to get schooled. This is just my opinion. That's why it's a second death. Why else would it be a second death? It has to be a second death because everybody should have just died with Lucifer. With Satan. It's a second death because you get schooled and then you get to choose. Because then you get the right information. You understand what's really going on, quote unquote, in the Bible. So it's not this hell thing that y'all think it is. Y'all think it's all about God has to give us a way out. You know why? Because he put us here with Lucifer. I keep saying Lucifer. Satan. So God has to, if you start reading that Bible, like I do, I don't believe in it, but, I find it freaking fascinating. I find it fascinating as hell. But if you get in, God has to give a way out because he put us in this hellhole. And so your reward is heaven for being in this hellhole that we was in. And it's a choice. God said, that's if some of y'all don't take Jesus' word for his word. Some of y'all go beyond his word. I'm sticking with what Jesus' word says. It's not meant for humans. So that's what his word. If his word said, then his word says it. You can't question it. You can't debate it. I know it might be men in the Bible that might debate it, but this is Jesus' words. can't be debated. Anyway, so just remember, it's not about hell. We all think it's about hell and burning. When it comes to it, the Bible ain't sending nobody to hell. God don't want to send nobody to hell, from what I'm reading, because there's a second death. That takes care of it, right there. If it's a second death, that means you're getting a chance here. Otherwise, you would have died in the first death, in my opinion. But some people want to send people to hell, so they're going to oppose that, you know. But some Christians are going to oppose that because they love sending people to hell. I'm just trying to let you know that it ain't as bad as it might seem. I mean, one thing Christians don't understand, everything is God's fault. So everything is God's fault. He has to relieve that. He can't put you in hell while he has Satan, the prince of the world, deceiving you and doing all that stuff. The fight, really, what we don't understand, the fight is with the fallen angels. I mean, we just really a byproduct if you really get into it. I mean, he quote unquote love us, but we're really a byproduct. If he really loved us, he wouldn't have put us with Satan. So that's just my opinion. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank y'all very much. Hopefully I'll put out some more videos. I think I'm just going to go with it. At first I said I was going to see if I had a count. I think this is a good way to let me just get stuff off my shoulders, you know, that I think about. And so I'm just going to just pump out some videos until I get tired of doing it. I think next time I am going to try to talk about, you got to ask yourself, I don't know. I got some chicken scratch over here, so I'm not sure. Like, remember, guys, I'm an atheist, but I still love the Bible. I'm still spiritual. I mean, I just don't believe the Bible the way it is presented, and I just don't believe that's some God over us zapping us, getting ready to zap us. If it is a creator, the creator is gone. You know, it has to be one of two things. It either has to be a creator, or we came from moon, stars, sun, the earth, and air. That's where we came from. We didn't come from monkeys. Monkeys came from monkeys. We came from humans. Genetic code. I mean, that's the only two things it can be, guys. That's the only two things it can be. And I just don't feel that, you know, if it is a creator, they sitting there watching us and getting ready to zap us. It's our earth, and we have to deal with it. That's just the way it is. It's nobody going to come. The two bad things about marijuana and God, and this is why they're letting us smoke so much weed nowadays. This is why they're going to legalize weed in all 50 states. Because weed has the same effect as God does to people. It makes you very, very fiery. At first, I don't think they wanted weed to be legal. But once they understand its downfall, they say, oh, fine, okay, let's legalize it. We don't care. But legal, because it has the same effect as God. As God does. As God does. It makes you very, very wise, very, very alert, very, very, you know, cautious about what's going on, but non-combative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, weed makes you very aware of what's the happenings. Just like, you know, the belief of God. People, it's flat earthers now, you know, when something else happens, they jump on this. They very aware. They keep up what's going on. But like God, it makes them God's going to take care of it. We don't have to do nothing. God would take care of it. And so the reason why they letting us smoke, because yeah, it makes our brain sensories fucking go off the roof. It makes us think, but it makes us non-combative. So take that as you will. I think, and like I said, that I am spiritual. Um, uh, I do look forward to different things. Like I said, I believe in God in two ways. Either we come from the sun, moon, stars, air, or there was a creator, but the creator is long and gone. It's our Earth. That's me in a nutshell. So if you want to look at the videos that I put out, you can. If not, you don't have to, and that's fine. I understand that. It's really for me to just unleash the stuff that I got. I think the next video I come out with, it will be in a couple of days. I'm not sure. I got a couple of things I want to talk about. I think I want to talk about how I think that we are stars. I want to talk about how we are stars and the possibility of how gravity exists, the real gravity exists. So that would be the next two things that I'll talk about is how I think that we're stars. I mean, yeah, the stars are up there. How I think that's who we become, and how I think gravity exists. All right. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.